Did you know about Black owned fragrance week? If not, I'm here to tell you about it. So the first week of February, the first week of Black History Month, is Black owned fragrance week. So this was an initiative put together by Glenn Davis, aka Mr. Cologne 7676 on Instagram, and I want to say TikTok as well. But this entire week, or I should say this past week, has been dedicated to highlighting Black-owned fragrance brands. And during that week, I wanted to really focus on brands that I had not tried before, Black-owned brands that I had not tried before. So I have 4 brands that I want to talk about today, and also mention the fragrances that were either my favorite from the brand that I've tried so far, or just the ones that are in my collection. Because there's some gems that I came across that I already know I need to get a full-size bottle of. So if you're interested in that, stick around and make sure you watch this video, and also just go ahead and like and subscribe. Hey, I'm Britt. Welcome back to my channel, and it is Black History Month, y'all. Yes. So, of course, because I'm Black as fuck, I'm going to be talking about Black-owned brands all month long. Actually, it's not even all month long. It's 365, 24/7 over here. This week, or I should say last week, this past week, we celebrate Black-owned fragrance brands. So I want to show you some of the brands that I recently checked out. I said this year I wanted to make a bigger effort at trying Black-owned brands that are not sold at like stores that are, easily accessible. So places like Nordstrom, Savoir, Saks Fifth. Black-owned fragrance week. That week for me was dedicated to trying a lot of brands that I had never picked anything up from before, picking up and trying some of their discovery sets, and at least to say I was, very impressed, very impressed. I must admit, there's at least 2 fragrances that I plan on picking up after I played around with all these discovery sets that I picked up. They'll be getting added to my collection at some point. The first brand that I want to talk about or highlight today is Blackcliff Parfums. So this is a brand that is out of Barbados. I found out about this brand in 2024 when I went to Scent Explore. It was something about the shape, the packaging. So I'm going to insert a picture here of what their packaging looks like, but that, like the rock, the geode shape of that bottle is what really drew me over there. The owner was there, and just hearing him talk about his fragrances, the inspiration behind them, the way that they make you feel and smell really intrigued me. So this actually had 5 in it. I don't know where I put the other one, but this actually had 5 samples in it. And I want to say they have multiple discovery sets for you to choose from. And this discovery set had most of, or several of the fragrances I was interested in. It came with Look of Love, Incidental Orris, Vanilla Siren, Conclusion, and La Ballade de l'Homme. I would have to say, out of all of them, Look of Love immediately captivated me because it has a white grape note in it. And then it also has rum, praline, rose, cypress. There's a vanilla chai accord as well, and then oak moss and rosewood. So it's a little sweet / slightly woody of a fragrance, but it was just something so captivating about this for me when I sprayed it on paper. Actually, no, I take that back. I think I wasn't a huge fan of it on paper, and something told me to spray it on skin, and it is so good. So in the opening, I get what I would feel is probably the white grape note. It has a little bit of a tartness as well as sweetness to it, but that rum, I am someone who loves a good boozy note, rum being one of them. Yes. And then you get a little bit of this, a syrupy or sticky quality from that praline. So it takes a sweet turn, but it doesn't come across cloying. It's still well balanced. Those woody notes kind of help ground everything and keep it from being overly sweet. This was an immediate yes. So that is definitely getting added to my full-size bottle list without a doubt. Like she's getting got. Next up, we have a brand that I did not find out about until probably December, early January. And I went in and got a full bottle completely blind buy. Never smelled it, never smelled any of these fragrances, but the way I have seen this fragrance talked about, the way I have seen this brand talked about, the note, the scent profile that was described was everything that I typically go for, and that is On Bite by Mystery Modern Mark. Creator by this brand is Dan Mark, and I want to read one of the quotes that is on the website when it comes to his inspiration, the way that he feels about fragrances, how he's motivated to make fragrances, and that is, if a bottle can contain a scent which can leave a memory forever, then it is not just a bottle, but a great wall that guides a suitcase of memories. Welcome to the place of great memories. And that is so true about fragrances and scents. Scents hold such memories. I just thought that quote was so spot on, so perfect for how a lot of us fragrance enthusiasts and collectors feel about fragrances. But I decided to go with On Bite because everything about this screams Brittany. Everything screams something that I would like. This is the packaging it actually came in. And so it does have that metal plate and it flips open. Has a little pocket right here with a kind of a brochure of all of the scents that they have. Then of course the little duster rag, but just looks, it just gives luxury. It has notes of bergamot, peach, coconut, almond, cherry, lily of the valley, vanilla, musk, and amber. So this is a sweet, slightly fruity / musky fragrance, but to me, I get a lot of the cherry. I get a little bit of the coconut. So that coconut as a note can go a little sunscreeny, or it can have this sweet dessert-like creaminess to it. And that is what I get in this fragrance. So it doesn't take on the sunscreen term, but this is a sweet fragrance. I would describe it as sweet with a hint of muskiness to it. And so so on the website, it says the inspiration of this was like an almond cookie, which I definitely see it. It's a type, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I'm going to butcher it, but I'll put the name on here. But it is a classic Dutch almond cookie that is supposed to be very crisp on the outside, but soft and delicate and also rich when you bite into it. And that was the inspiration behind this fragrance. I definitely get the almond in this. The almond, I would say on my skin, I get a lot of the coconut, the almond, the cherry, the vanilla, amber. I get just a hint of the peach. I don't really smell much of the bergamot, but I'm okay with it. I'm not big on bergamot as a note, so I'm okay with the fact that I do not smell it. But this, I would say, is not a beast mode fragrance. This is not something where I feel someone's going to smell you before they see you. This sits a little closer. It's a little more comforting, a little more intimate. It does not mean that people won't smell it. They're still going to smell it, but it's not something that typically, or at least that I find, that lingers in the room too long after, I leave out or after I spray it, but it's still a beautiful scent. Nonetheless, I'm so pleased with this purchase. Next up, I have We the Peopl. Now, We the Peopl is a brand that not only sells fragrances, I want to say they started off with skincare products. At one point, I did have their hydrating body gloss, but I have to talk about Souk Honey. I actually have both of their scents. They have two fragrances. They have Island Milk as well as Souk Honey, and I thought Island Milk was going to be the one for me. Now, I did blind buy both of these fragrances. I wouldn't recommend you go blind buying, but I feel like I've gotten really familiar with note combinations, scent profiles where I would say about 9 times out of 10 when I blind buy, it's a success. But I just knew Island Milk was going to be my favorite out of the two, but it actually turned out to be Souk Honey. This is one of those scents that comes across so sensual and intimate, but still somehow very wearable for every day. I don't know how they do it, but in my head, that's what it comes across. Very sensual, very intimate, very soulful, but still something I think you can wear every day. It comes across a little more musky, like your skin, but better, but it has this brightness to it as well. Of orange blossom, neroli nectar, jasmine, marigold, spice, cardamom. I found that I love cardamom as a note. Anything spicy in a fragrance, I'm here for it. I love it. But spice, cardamom, date syrup. Even though it has this date syrup note, it is not sweet. I don't find this fragrance to be gourmand. It's has a hint of sweetness, but almost like if someone, say, sprayed perfume, a really sweet perfume, and you're getting that last little bit, that lingering layer of sweetness that's left behind in the dry down. That's the type of sweetness that this has. And in the base, you have golden amber, beautiful, beautiful, creamy sandalwood, and manuka honey. Now, honey in the fragrances can come across a little animalic, one of those scents that is just an easy grab. It's an easy grab, but at the same time, I could see this being worn on a date night. I can see this being worn as a bedtime scent when you're, you know, the date after the date. I can see someone spraying themselves down in this. This is just an absolutely beautiful scent. I just knew Island Milk was going to do it for me, but this one took the cake. I'm so glad that I ended up going ahead and getting this as well, because originally I was just going to get Island Milk, but I'm so glad that I got this too. The last brand I want to talk about is probably the one I am most excited about, and that is going to be Savoir Faire, probably the most popular scent, and the one that I already know I'm about to get a full-size bottle of is a Soul Cafe. That is the one that I want to talk about today, because this might have me in the chokehold for a while. This travel size is going to get it. This travel size is going to be heavily used. In fact, I think I'm like down to here right now. I'm going to be honest, I was really hesitant to pick this fragrance up when I looked at the notes, like the combination of notes, because I said, there's no way this is going to work on me. There's no way I'm going to like this. It's too much going on. But I love it. I actually really like this fragrance. So this has notes of tobacco, bergamot, blood orange. Now, when I say my skin amps up that blood orange note, I think that's what's attracting me so much to it. And generally speaking, I'm not a big citrusy note person at all. Like, I have beef, like a one-sided beef with citrusy notes. So if it's too many of them, I just tend to stay away from a fragrance. But that blood orange note, I don't know. It's just something about it that I love. There's also black pepper. Love a little good spice of black pepper. Patchouli. A private musk blend. There's amberwood, oud, lavender, Arabic coffee, and firewood. So I get a little bit of a smokiness with this from the tobacco and the woody notes. But all in all, there's something about this blend that is so unique and captivating that I have not smelled anything like this on the market before. I have never smelled anything like this, and I see why this is one of their best-selling fragrances and why it's so popular. Anytime I have asked someone for recommendations to try from this brand, this is one of the first ones that they mention. But I'm trying to keep myself from going through this bottle. If you're hesitant about like woody notes or tobacco, I would say this probably is not for you, but this is one of those fragrances that's truly transformative. It takes you on a journey throughout the wear, at least for me, with that beautiful, juicy, bright blood orange that I smell in the opening. Is very vibrant, very lively, and then it kind of settles down. Not settles down in terms of I'm not smelling it, but settles down in terms of the vibe that I'm getting. All for me, this fragrance is a 10 out of 10. As soon as I smelled this on paper, I had to put it on my skin that night. I wore it to bed and I said, yes, this is, yeah, we're going to get a full-size bottle of this. We're going to be getting a full-size bottle of this sometime soon. So these were 4 brands that I tried during Black Owned Fragrance Week. These are brands that I have never tried before, that were completely new to me. And I must say, I'm very excited. I'm very happy with my purchases. I purchased, I think, most of these toward middle to end of January. And I'm so happy. I said this year, I really want to make an effort to try more Black owned brands, especially ones that are not available in store. And so I'm really happy with everything I picked up. There are some other fragrances that I picked up as well, but these are the ones that I wore last week that were my favorite. So I will definitely at some point be getting a full-size bottle of Look of Love from Blackcliff, and then also Soul Cafe from Savoir Faire. If you tried any new Black owned brands this week, if you're interested or have questions about some of these brands, other black owned brands, make sure you leave a comment. Please feel free to ask. I will be definitely putting out more black owned brand content coming up, but these are just the ones that I wanted to talk about today that I wore last week. It's Black History Month, so prepare to be sick of me. And if you're tired of hearing about black owned this, that, and the third, oh well, I don't know what to tell you. Skip the video. But thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.